Good morning slash afternoon slash evening, everyone. Let me ask you a question. How often do you set a goal, feel motivated, and then, within days or weeks, find yourself slipping back into old habits? We all want success. We all want to be healthier, wealthier, and more fulfilled, but let's be honest. Most people don't lack dreams, they lack discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not about talent, luck, or motivation. It's about mastering your mind, controlling your actions, and staying committed, especially when you don't feel like it. Today, I'm going to show you why discipline is the most powerful tool you will ever have, how it shapes every aspect of your life, and how you can start mastering it today. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path leads to the life you dream of, the other to the life you settle for. The difference between those two paths is not luck, talent, or intelligence, it's discipline. The ability to control your thoughts, actions, and decisions determines whether you create the life you want or let life happen to you. Mastering your mind is the foundation of all success because every external achievement starts as an internal victory. We live in a world where distractions, temptations, and shortcuts are everywhere. Social media floods us with instant gratification. Advertisements promise overnight success, but deep down, we all know the truth. Nothing great comes without effort, consistency, and sacrifice. Discipline is the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the art of choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. And most importantly, it is the skill that allows you to master yourself, which is the highest form of power anyone can attain. Most people believe success is about motivation. They wait to feel inspired before they take action. But here's the harsh reality: motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. Other days you want to stay in bed and do nothing. If you rely on motivation, you will always be at the mercy of your emotions. But discipline is different. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't need inspiration. It is the commitment to action regardless of circumstances. Think about the most successful people in the world: elite athletes, world-class entrepreneurs, top-performing artists. Do you think they wake up every single day feeling excited to train, work, and push through challenges? No, they experience doubt, exhaustion, and moments of weakness just like everyone else. But they have trained their minds to act despite those feelings. They have built the mental toughness to do what is necessary, not just what is easy. This is the key to self-mastery. When you develop the ability to control your thoughts and push forward despite discomfort, you gain an unstoppable edge over those who quit at the first sign of difficulty. The battle for success is always fought in the mind before it is won in reality. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are strengthening your ability to lead your own life. When you resist the temptation to procrastinate, when you wake up early to work on your goals, when you say no to distractions and stay focused, you are proving to yourself that you are in control. Over time, these small choices build confidence, resilience, and an unshakable belief in your own power. But here's the challenge. Mastering your mind is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. Just like a muscle, discipline must be trained consistently. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. The less you use it, the weaker it gets. And this is where most people fail. They expect discipline to be easy. They believe that once they commit to a goal, the path forward should be smooth. But true discipline is tested when things get difficult. When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when progress feels slow. Those are the moments that define you. There will be times when your mind tries to convince you to quit. It will tell you that skipping one workout, delaying one project, or making one excuse won't matter. But every decision matters. Every action either strengthens your discipline or weakens it. There is no inset back. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And if you let small excuses take control, they will spread into every area of your life. So, how do you strengthen your discipline? Start small. Don't aim for massive, unsustainable changes overnight. Instead, build tiny, consistent habits that reinforce your self control. Wake up at the time you said you would. Stick to your commitments even when it's inconvenient. Push through discomfort, not because you feel like it, but because you made a promise to yourself. The more you prove to yourself that you can be disciplined in small ways, the more confidence you will have to tackle bigger challenges. When you master your mind, everything else falls into place. You no longer wait for the perfect moment, you create it. You don't let fear, doubt, or laziness dictate your future. You take full responsibility for your actions, and in doing so, you unlock a level of success and fulfillment that most people never reach. The choice is yours. Discipline is not a punishment. It is the highest form of self-respect. It is the key to your freedom. Every single day you face a choice between what is easy and what is necessary, a choice between staying in your comfort zone or stepping into the unknown. And the truth is, your brain will always try to convince you to take the easy route. It will tell you to rest instead of train, to delay instead of act, to stay safe instead of take risks. This is the battle between comfort and growth, and the side you choose determines everything about your future. Comfort feels good, it's predictable, familiar, and requires no effort. It's the extra hour of sleep instead of waking up early to work on your goals. It's scrolling through your phone instead of pushing yourself to improve. It's staying in the same routines, the same environment, the same habits, even when they no longer serve you. But comfort is a trap. It convinces you that you are safe while silently stealing your potential. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you trade long-term success for short-term relief. Growth, on the other hand, demands discomfort. It requires sacrifice, effort, and the willingness to face resistance. It is not convenient, and it is rarely enjoyable in the moment, but it is the only path that leads to transformation. When you push through discomfort, whether it's forcing yourself to take action when you don't feel like it, enduring temporary setbacks, or stepping outside of what is familiar, you expand your limits. You become stronger, sharper, and more capable. And over time, what once felt impossible becomes your new normal. Think about the people who inspire you, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the artists, the leaders. None of them got to where they are by staying comfortable. They got there because they chose growth when most people chose ease. They pushed themselves when no one was watching. They trained their minds to embrace challenges instead of running from them. This is the mindset that separates the extraordinary from the average. The difference is not talent, it is the willingness to endure discomfort for something greater. Your mind will resist change. It will tell you to wait until you feel ready. It will convince you that now is not the right time. But waiting for the right moment is an illusion. Growth does not come when it is convenient. It comes when you decide that your future is more important than your You have to break free from the mental patterns that keep you stuck. Every time you feel the urge to quit, to take the easy road, to delay action, remind yourself that growth happens in discomfort. One of the greatest lies we tell ourselves is that we need to feel motivated to take action. But discipline is what moves you forward when motivation fades. If you only work hard when you feel like it, you will always be controlled by your emotions. But if you train yourself to act despite discomfort, you become unstoppable. You develop resilience, mental toughness, and the ability to push through any challenge. The path to success is not glamorous. It is filled with early mornings, late nights, failures, frustrations, and moments of doubt. But every struggle, every sacrifice, every painful moment is proof that you are growing. It is a sign that you're moving beyond what is comfortable into what is possible. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the regret of staying the same lasts forever. Discipline is not just about working hard, it's about shifting your identity. It's about seeing yourself as the kind of person who chooses growth, who embraces discomfort, who refuses to settle. And the more you make decisions that align with that mindset, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, discipline is no longer something you force yourself to do, it becomes who you are. You were not meant to live in mediocrity. You were not meant to stay in the same place, repeating the same habits, settling for less than your potential. The life you want is on the other side of discipline, but you have to be willing to earn it. You have to be stronger than your excuses, more committed than your distractions, and more focused on your future than your temporary comfort. Choose growth, choose discipline, choose to master your mind, and everything else will follow. Success is not built in a day, but it is built daily. The people who achieve greatness do not do so because of one big moment of inspiration. They do so because of the small, seemingly insignificant choices they make every single day. The truth is, discipline is not about making massive changes overnight. It is about mastering the art of consistency. It is about the small daily wins that over time lead to extraordinary results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a short amount of time and underestimate what they can achieve over the long run with steady effort. They chase big, dramatic changes, hoping for immediate transformation. But when results don't come fast enough, they lose motivation. But those who understand discipline know that real progress is not about intensity, it is about consistency. It is about showing up day after day, even when the progress is invisible. Think about a drop of water hitting a rock. One drop does nothing, 10 drops do nothing. But after thousands, millions of drops, the rock is shaped and carved. That is how discipline works. Each action, no matter how small, compounds over time. Waking up early once won't change your life, but doing it consistently will rewire your mind for productivity. Going to the gym once won't transform your body, but training regularly will. Reading one page of a book won't make you an expert, but committing to learning every day will expand your knowledge beyond what you ever thought possible. The problem is that most people don't see results fast enough, so they give up before the real transformation happens. They expect immediate rewards, and when they don't see them, they assume their efforts are pointless. But what they don't realize is that discipline works like compound interest. The small actions you take today may seem insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, they build momentum. They create unstoppable progress. Success is not a one-time event. It is the sum of your daily habits. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. If you make disciplined choices, you reinforce the identity of someone who is committed, focused, and unstoppable. But if you allow excuses to take over, you reinforce the identity of someone who gives up when things get tough. The choice is always yours. It's easy to look at successful people and assume they have something special, some natural talent, luck, or secret advantage. But if you study them, you'll see a pattern. They don't rely on motivation. They don't wait for the perfect time. They build systems, routines, and habits that keep them moving forward no matter what. They understand that success is not about how hard you work once. It's about how consistently you show up. This is where discipline separates those who achieve from those who only dream. Anyone can work hard once. Anyone can feel inspired for a short period of time. But can you stay committed when it's boring? Can you keep going when progress is slow? Can you remain focused when no one is watching, when there's no applause? When it feels like nothing is happening, that is the real test of discipline. The good news is that discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build, and you build it through small, daily wins. Start with the simplest habits. Wake up at the time you said you would. Follow through on your commitments. Do what you said you were going to do, even when you don't feel like it. Each small victory strengthens your self-control and builds momentum for bigger challenges. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to make massive leaps overnight. You just need to commit to being 1% better every day. Over time, that 1% compounds into incredible growth. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you will want to quit. But if you push through, if you stay disciplined, you will look back and realize how far you've come. The biggest difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is consistency. It is the ability to stick to the process, even when it's not exciting, even when it's hard. The people who master this simple truth are the ones who win. They are the ones who build unshakable discipline, unstoppable momentum, and ultimately the life they want. The choice is yours. Stay consistent and success will be inevitable. In today's world, distraction is the enemy of discipline. Everywhere you turn, something is fighting for your attention. Social media, endless notifications, entertainment designed to keep you hooked. The modern world is built to steal your focus. And if you don't learn to control it, you will spend your life reacting instead of creating. Success is not just about working hard, it is about working with intense focus. It is about eliminating distractions and training your mind to stay locked in on what truly matters. Most people don't realize how much their lack of focus is costing them. They believe they are working hard, but in reality, their attention is scattered. They start a task, get distracted, switch to something else, check their phone, scroll through notifications, then try to get back to work, only to repeat the cycle again and again. They confuse busyness with productivity. But discipline is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters without letting distractions pull you away. Your ability to focus is one of the greatest predictors of success. Look at the highest achievers in any field. They have the same 24 hours as everyone else, but they use those hours differently. They guard their focus like it's their most valuable asset. Because it is. They create an environment where deep work is not just possible but inevitable. They don't rely on willpower to resist distractions, they eliminate them completely. They don't allow their attention to be hijacked by meaningless tasks, they prioritize what moves them forward. This is the level of focus that discipline demands. But controlling your focus is not just about productivity. It is about mastering your mind. Every time you allow yourself to be distracted, you train your brain to seek instant gratification. You weaken your ability to concentrate. But every time you resist the urge to check your phone, every time you push through discomfort and stay locked in on a task, you train your mind to be sharper, stronger, and more disciplined. If you want to master discipline, you must first master your environment. You cannot rely on sheer willpower to stay focused. You must set yourself up for success. Remove the distractions before they become temptations. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Create a workspace that is free from interruptions. Set specific time blocks for deep work where nothing else is allowed to interfere. Protect your mental energy by being intentional about where you place your attention. But beyond your environment, you must also master your habits. If you constantly allow yourself to be distracted, your brain will adapt to that pattern. But if you train yourself to focus deeply for extended periods, you will develop an ability that most people never will. The ability to enter a state of flow where your work feels effortless, your mind is fully engaged, and time seems to disappear. This is where real progress happens. Discipline is about knowing what deserves your time and energy and having the strength to ignore everything else. Not every message needs an immediate reply. Not every notification needs your attention. Not every piece of entertainment is worth consuming. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you are strengthening your discipline. You are proving to yourself that you control your mind, not the other way around. Some people will say they don't have enough time, but the truth is, most people do not have a time problem. They have a focus problem. They spend hours each day on distractions without even realizing it. But when you take control of your focus, you take control of your time. And when you take control of your time, you take control of your life. The greatest breakthroughs, the biggest transformations, the most incredible successes, they all come from sustained focus over time. A distracted mind cannot achieve greatness. A disciplined mind, however, is unstoppable. Train your mind to focus. Eliminate what does not serve you and watch how quickly everything in your life starts to change. Discipline is not just about working hard, it is about working smart. It is about understanding that energy, just like time, is a limited resource. No matter how motivated you are, no matter how much willpower you have, if you burn yourself out, you will not be able to sustain your progress. Success is not about pushing yourself to exhaustion, it is about mastering balance. It is about knowing when to push forward and when to recover, when to work with intensity and when to rest with purpose. Most people make one of two mistakes. Either they lack discipline entirely, constantly procrastinating, avoiding challenges, and making excuses, or they take discipline to the extreme, believing that working harder for longer hours without any breaks is the only path to success. But true discipline is sustainable. It is not just about effort, it is about efficiency. It is about making sure that every action you take is intentional, productive, and aligned with your long-term goals. Imagine trying to sprint a marathon. No matter how strong or determined you are, if you push yourself too hard, too fast, you will collapse before reaching the finish line. The same is true for anything you are trying to achieve. If you neglect rest, if you ignore the signals your body and mind are giving you, if you refuse to recharge, you will not only burn out, you will lose the ability to stay disciplined altogether. Discipline is not about doing more, it is about doing better. It is about quality over quantity. A well-rested, focused person working for 3 hours with intensity will achieve more than someone who is mentally exhausted, distracted, and grinding for 12 hours straight. This is why the most disciplined people in the world do not just plan their work, they plan their recovery. They understand that discipline is about sustainability, not self-destruction. Rest is not laziness. Recovery is not weakness. In fact, they are essential to performance. Your brain, just like your muscles, needs time to recover and grow stronger. If you never give yourself space to reset, your productivity will decrease, your creativity will suffer, and your decision-making will become weaker. True discipline is knowing when to stop. Not because you're giving up, but because you are preparing yourself to go even further. But balance is not just about resting. It is about choosing your battles wisely. Not everything deserves your time. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing, and not every challenge needs your attention. Being disciplined means knowing what to say no to just as much as knowing what to say yes to. It is about focusing your energy on what actually moves you forward rather than wasting it on things that drain you with no return. Some people believe that success means sacrificing everything, health, relationships, happiness, all in the name of achievement. But what is the point of reaching your goals if, by the time you get there, you are exhausted, disconnected, and unfulfilled? Discipline should not destroy you, it should build you up. It should make you stronger, sharper, and more in control of your life, not just your work. The real challenge is finding your rhythm. Everyone's balance looks different. Some people thrive on intense bursts of work followed by periods of deep rest. Others succeed by maintaining a steady pace every single day. The key is to be aware of what works for you and to listen to your body and mind. If you are constantly feeling drained, distracted, or overwhelmed, it is a sign that something needs to change. Real discipline is about adjustment, not just endurance. When you learn to master balance, something incredible happens. Your energy increases, your focus sharpens, your ability to stay disciplined becomes effortless because you are no longer fighting exhaustion. You are working with your energy, not against it. This is what separates those who burn out from those who sustain greatness over a lifetime. Success is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It is about having the discipline to push forward, but also the wisdom to recharge. It is about knowing that real strength comes not from working harder, but from working smarter. Balance is not a weakness, it is the ultimate strategy for long-term success. Those who master it do not just win once, they win over and over again. Discipline is not just about the work you do, it is about the person you become. It is about forging a mindset that refuses to settle, that rises above challenges, and that remains unwavering in the face of difficulty. True discipline is not something you practice once in a while. It is something that shapes your identity. It is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. Most people think of discipline as an external force, something they must force themselves to do. They see it as a set of rules, restrictions, or sacrifices. But discipline at its core is about freedom. It is the freedom to take control of your life instead of being controlled by your impulses, emotions, or circumstances. It is the power to choose your future rather than letting life dictate it for you. Without discipline, you are a slave to inconsistency. You start things but never finish. You dream big but never act. You make promises to yourself but break them the moment they become inconvenient. And over time, this pattern erodes your confidence. You begin to doubt yourself, not because you lack ability, but because you have not proven to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. This is why self-discipline is not just about achievement, it is about self-respect. It is about keeping your word to yourself, no matter how small the commitment. The truth is, every time you make a choice, you are casting a vote for the person you are becoming. When you wake up early instead of hitting snooze, you are voting for the identity of someone who is committed. When you show up to train when you don't feel like it, you are voting for the identity of someone who is resilient. When you stay focused instead of giving in to distractions, you are reinforcing the mindset of someone who is in control. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity determines your future. But discipline is not built overnight. It is forged through repetition. The more you practice self-control, the more natural it becomes. What once felt like effort eventually becomes second nature. The things that once required willpower become effortless. This is how discipline transforms from something you do into something you are. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the progress is slow, when the challenges seem endless. But these are the moments that define you. Anyone can stay disciplined when it's easy, when the motivation is high, when things are going well. But the real test of discipline is how you respond when things get difficult. Do you quit? Do you make excuses? Or do you remind yourself that setbacks are temporary, that every struggle is making you stronger, that discipline is not about perfection but persistence? The most successful people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure break them. They understand that every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity to prove their discipline, to strengthen their mindset, to grow into the person they are meant to be. They do not rely on motivation because they know motivation is fleeting. Instead, they rely on commitment, a deep, unshakable commitment to their vision, their values, and their potential. And this is the ultimate truth. Discipline is not just about achieving a goal. It is about creating a life that is built on purpose, direction, and control. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, you have the power to shape your reality. It is about taking full responsibility for your choices, your habits, your growth. Because once you master discipline, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Discipline is the foundation of every great achievement. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is not just about working hard, it is about working consistently with focus, balance, and an unshakable commitment to growth. It is about mastering your mind, taking control of your actions, and shaping your future through small daily victories. The journey of discipline is not easy, but it is worth it. It demands sacrifice, patience, and resilience. There will be moments of doubt, moments of struggle, moments when giving up seems like the easier choice. But those who persist, those who embrace the process, those who choose discipline over excuses, these are the people who transform their life. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to have all the answers. You just need to take control one decision at a time. Because discipline is not something you are born with, it is something you build. And once you build it, once you truly master your mind, there is no limit to what you can achieve.